We started this journey wanting to flip a house with all of our Facebook and Instagram friends, and we've had the best time. You guys have left awesome comments, suggestions, votes, and the way it worked was on Tuesdays we would post a poll and all of you guys would vote for what you wanted to see in the house, and it would essentially either end up in the house or become a little reimagined because the house needed some kind of change. And of course this is a flip house, so that means that we did have certain parameters, one of which is the budget. And because of the budget, we did have to choose on things that we were willing to splurge on and things that we kind of had to count our pennies on. Obviously we needed an AC, so that meant we couldn't do quite as much in other spaces. However, it is now done, and I am so excited to show you guys what we've created. But first, let's start from the beginning. Welcome to our new flip. Hello, past me. Man, the things I wish I knew about this house when we first started. Past Chelsea's about to give us all a quick walkthrough through the house. Unfortunately, I didn't know enough about creating these videos to do one without me in it, so bear with us for a second. We had a quaint family home that needed a lot of TLC. There were some major items that we needed to remedy in this house, including subfloors, beams, and really the layout. When you walked into this house, there were a series of 3 really small rooms. And that's what all became the living area. So that was the biggest project for us, getting those walls down and opening up the space. We couldn't figure out what the practical use had been for these other than probably part of the original house that they added onto, and then you kind of ended up with these just very small spaces. Originally, the house was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. For our market, usually a 3-bedroom is preferable, especially a 3-2, so we definitely knew we wanted to add on. We took advantage of the old kitchen and the old porch to make an incredible master suite. We're gonna take you through, show you the old house, talk about some of the design challenges that we ran into, some of the changes, because we really glossed over them in previous episodes. I wanted to get a little bit more into that and some of the tweaks we had to make along the way. Some of the baseline restrictions we had when we were thinking about the design was budget, layout restrictions, some of the required items that had to go in the property, and then of course, we always do a place where we want to splurge. The addition and the required items such as the plumbing, electrical, new roof, HVAC, all of those things accounted for about 90% of our budget. That's before other necessities like drywall, painting, floors, all that stuff. So that meant that our fun money budget for this project was very small. Another way we wanted to be mindful of the budget was with walls. Whenever you first walk into the house, those 2 walls had to go. That makes this big open living space, but other than that, we did not want to have to move walls unless it was absolutely necessary. Another constriction that we had to keep costs low was we did not want to have to build beyond where there were piers. There were piers underneath the original porch, the screened-in porch, so we really just built on top of those and then added some as needed, but we didn't go beyond that, which means that our square footage was pretty limited. It's about 1,350 square feet. In a perfect world, I would have at least made it to 1,500 square feet, but there was no way to make that happen. Now that we have a refresher on what the house looked like before, and you have a better idea of some of the restrictions we were working with, let's take a look at the new house. I spent hours sitting in this room, which is the living room, staring at the 3 rooms that would eventually become this one large room, trying to figure out what's the best flow. Where should we put the dining room? If you watched episode number 1, it was a very different layout. But really, this house has to have the flexibility for the owners. The dining room floats a little bit better than actually having different places. There is no chandelier or dining light for the specific reason of you being able to do whatever you'd like to do. Moving on, we'll go ahead and head to the kitchen. We ended up with the beautiful black pools, which was hands down a vote. Nobody wanted knobs. Next, we talked about the backsplash. So originally we actually had different countertops picked out for this space. They were discontinued by Lowe's, which broke our hearts. Once they got discontinued, we ended up with a different countertop than what is currently in, and it looked atrocious. It was so bad. It was just too much white, way too much white. And we needed something to balance it, so we ended up with these beautiful countertops. They have black, specks of brown. They really pull in other features in the house. And we painstakingly put up all the shiplap. I don't know that mentally we could put up a backsplash. I think we were like, we slaved for this shiplap. We are keeping this shiplap. I really think it ended up looking very charming. You get this seamless view of the shiplap that you really didn't get before. So that is one thing that we voted on that didn't happen. And then of course, this was our screened in back porch here, which is now a laundry room. Great size, lots of cabinet space. What was our previous kitchen? For the master suite, when we got back there, I really wanted it to feel like luxury. In our area, most houses in the same price range that this house would have been in, you get a combo shower and tub. Nobody in my world wants a combo shower and tub. Like, give me the luxury. I want a soap tub. Yeah, I want a soap tub. And I love the freestanding soap tubs. Can't have one in my own house at the moment, so I put one here. That's how that went. And along with the soap tub, there were a few things in the bathroom that we voted for. First was the vanity. And I fell in love with the wood double sinked vanities. There were a few different ones that we were considering. And I didn't know if everybody would love it because most vanities you see in our area are the white. And it's the white cabinet. Very bland in my opinion. So we put it up to a vote. This one won hands down. Next was the faucet. We gave 2 options. I have yet to figure out how to post 3 options for people to vote for. So if you know how, let me know. The 2 we gave were we could do brass or we could do bronze. Everybody voted for bronze. However, bronze became black because if you have searched for a freestanding tub faucet, my freaking goodness. One, they're hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and I was not about to drop some crazy change on that because again, we got a budget. Number 2, someone looks so unappealing. I really wanted it to come out of the wall. In a perfect world, I would have put a mosaic on my wall, but that, let's be real, that wasn't gonna happen this time. But I really wanted it to come out of the wall, flow into the tub, and the one we ended up with is beautiful. I love it. There were 2 options. The first one I bought, everyone hated. So we got the second. I think it's very sleek. It definitely adds a modern touch to the farmhouse vibe, which I like the balance of in the bathroom. And it ended up being black. That's how we ended up with black faucets, but I think everybody's happy with it because it's in the family, you know, bronze, black, it's close enough. We had bought a few different mirrors. It was incredibly difficult to find black or brass mirrors in our area. Originally, I really was leaning toward brass because different little pops of brass were throughout the house already, and I really wanted to highlight that. However, the fact that we ended up with a black really makes more sense, especially now that we have the hardware on the doors that we do. It really looks great. We ended up with this beautiful shape, the arch. They're fabulous. I love them. They're so charming. Next was my personal favorite, the chandelier. I love the chandelier. There is only one chandelier in this house. I lost the vote to put the chandelier over the master bedroom, as we all know. I would have loved to see it make it over the bed. It made it in the master bathroom, over the bathtub, and it looks incredible. It makes the space. And then we have our master closet. So I wanted to pick something that would be customizable for the next owners because I'm obsessed with my closet. And this is one from Home Depot that you can add drawers, or whatever you want to. And we really used most of the space in the master suite and the bedrooms. The bedrooms are a really nice size. They're bigger than what you get most new construction in our area. This is our beautifully updated hall bathroom with the vanity that we all voted for, a beautiful tub, a large linen closet, which we also voted for. Check out this tub. I love this shelf. And the black accents really just make it pop. Everybody's favorite room, the front bedroom. The windows are to die for. But this room is so beautiful. I think originally we really couldn't tell because it had so many doors. It was so dark. This room gets such beautiful sun that we all just sit in this room and stare. The shiplap accent walls in the two bedrooms, we kept both of those. I think they were a great pick. If it were me living here, I'd paint them a color. And speaking of colors that I would paint them, we voted. I thought everybody was gonna agree with me on olive green, guys. Everybody, but nobody did. And we voted for sea mist. In a perfect world, it would end up sea mist or rain washed, which are Sherwin-Williams colors. I think for a few reasons it didn't. One, our budget was gone. It was gone. Our patience for painting, gone. I would have loved to do some type of accent wainscoting or something in the hallway bathroom. There were so many more things I would have done. We had talked about doing an accent wall in the master. Look, let's be happy that we got the shiplap walls. And then last, we'll go outside. Outside, we did vote for the paint color. I didn't know how to get people to vote for multiple colors. I opened it up as an open-ended question. I had a lot of people comment crazy colors. By far, everybody voted for white. So we ended up with white exterior lights. These are the cutest little lights ever. They make it. We have one on the front porch, one on the side porch, AKA kind of your back porch. And they're just charming. Hardware for the doors. All of the doors had the skeleton key knobs. I watched so many YouTube videos on how to restore them, guys. I tried. I watched using Brasso, boiling these daggum things in vinegar, rubbing them with the steel wool. We even tried doing the whole spray paint shenanigans, rubbing them down with the brass oil paint. I gave up. I found some that were skeleton keys. They were bronze. We had originally gotten the gold, but they were too shiny. I love them. They're beautiful. They're off of Amazon. They were on sale for Black Friday. Girls snagged them up. They look, yeah, they're exactly the same. We kind of kept with refinishing. I did my best. Lastly, the porch swing. I'm so sad about this one. This is one I wanted. We had found an old porch swing in the barn in the back, brought it to the front, and it looked like it was in decent condition. You know, we had picked it up, we had moved it, and there were a few pieces of wood that definitely needed to be fixed. Nothing that looked terrible. We left it there for maybe a week, and we went back to like pick it up and see if we could sand it down, and it disintegrated. It was gone. Like, there was no saving it. Again, no budget, we're not buying this one. And those are all of our votes that made it into the house, and we had a blast having you guys vote. Go ahead, if you haven't already, subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get more content, because we do plan to do it again. We actually have one that is under contract, and you should be seeing something hopefully in the next month, and then we'll start this whole journey again there. Make sure that you go follow on Instagram. If I can figure out how to do it, there will be a link. And make sure that you vote for future flips. Count how many tethers you see. Bye guys, till next time. That's it.